Hi all, Jessie B. Scrapbooking back with another process video. This one is because I've had people ask to see how I make this wood grain here. And so I'm going to show you. I take a piece of white base cardstock or any color base you want to use and some ink pads, and yeah, it's pretty simple. Oh, and my Cricut paper cutter. So the Cricut paper cutter is pretty cool because it has a blade or it has a scoring blade. So I have the scoring blade in right now, so it doesn't actually cut my cardstock. It just makes a embossed fold. So one side will be, of course, indented, and the other is, um, I was going to say outdented, but I don't think that's a word. It pokes out. So I flip it over so that the end that is bumped up is on top, and I'm just taking the different colors ink pads that I want to use, and I'm going across up and down with the same direction that my score lines are, so it looks like wood grain, or and then the bumps are actually like the planks of wood being put together if you want to really go that way. But yeah, I'm just taking different colors of ink and just wiping it over top this paper. This one I ended up keeping it very light. You can go definitely heavier with your browns or your greens or tans, whatever color ink pads you want to use to make the colored wood grain you want. And I kept this one light because I wanted it more of a look like whitewash fence or something like that. So here's the one that I started off with. I was just kind of comparing them. And then I decided I needed like some little knot holes. So I'm just taking my blending brush and just putting small little blending spots to make it look like little knot holes in the um, fencing or the wood grain. So there it is. That is pretty simple. So now I want to show you how I can use that into a layout. So I had grabbed this piece of paper here and I forgot to change out my blade. So you can see it took me forever to cut that paper. But I changed it out, so now I have the actual blade in now, and works a lot better. And this paper was real thin, so that scoring blade did end up cutting it, but it's better to have the actual blade in. And so here I'm going to use this wood grain that I just made as a great big pocket onto this page. And these are for our scoring cards at one of the bow shoots we were at. I keep all the scorecards and then I put them into the photo album, and with a photo of the flyer of the bow shoot. So I have the name, the date, everything is right there from the bow shoot, so we know which one it was, and then it has our scores so we can see, go back and look at it and see how we did at that bow shoot. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing here. So I have my scorecards. They were a little too long, so I'm just going to trim them up um, just a little bit. They were too thick to do all at once, so I had to do them one at a time. And so I'm just taking a little off the top and bottom so it doesn't get any of the very important information. It doesn't cut that off, but that fits into that pocket just perfectly. And then I'm going to use this wood grain, which I did not make, and I'm going to make a frame for my flyer, photo of the flyer. And I'm going to get that on here. I decided I wanted to round the corners just a little bit, and nothing drastic, just a tiny bit, and I like that. And then just do a little cluster on the side of the pocket here. I'm using this striped piece that I cut at a diagonal. Now I'm going to cut it again to make it look like it's one piece and have that so it's like poking out from behind the pocket. And then over top of it, I am going to do my embellishment clusters. So I got my stamps out, and this is the biggest flower I have in stamps. And so I am going to stamp it onto this really pretty paper that I used in the background, and I want that color to come to the foreground. So I am going to stamp it, I don't know, 4 times I think on here, or 3 times on here, and I think 2 times onto a piece of white cardstock as well. And it gives you that variation of colors in the foreground, and I like it. So I'm using my stamping platform that my kids got me for Mother's Day. I absolutely love this thing, and here I am stamping it now onto the white cardstock. But it's so nice. See how beautiful it stamps? And then I stamped out some leaves just in the white. I didn't do any of the leaves onto the other one. I just did it onto the white because I want them to show up really nice. Okay, so now I'm going to cut out all of these. Ta-da! All cut out. And kind of just place them in 2 different embellishment clusters. I decided to cut some of the flowers in half because I knew I wanted to tuck them underneath. Oh, I did 3 embellishment clusters. That's right. I do one at the very bottom. And then I do one on the top right corner and then one on the just left side. And I will bring my title in right here. And these are just some cut aparts from the paper pad that I used for the very back paper. And I think I got it at Michael's, I think, years ago. And so I'm just going to use this little circle, and it says, keep life simple. And so I'm going to put that there and then just do this nice big cluster around it with the flowers and the leaves. And get these all sorted how I want them to be. And there we go. And then this flower actually ends up moving around quite a bit. And I do end up sticking it right there because I thought it looked really nice right there. I thought I moved it around a lot more than that. I might have. I might just edit it out. So get all that glued down off camera. And now I'm coming in with some puffy paint, black puffy paint for some scattering. And get those to tap down so they're nice little circles. And that is my layout. I really like how it turned out. Off camera, I did go and do a stitch border around the pocket just to make sure that the papers don't go through. And that is it. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.